What's good, y'all? It's your boy Critical.jb, and we back with another video. And today's video, we want to talk about the aspect of mental development, right? So, in my last channel, Deep Art, I made a few videos, and I talked about vision versus feel. You know, there's a difference between going based off how you feel and what you sense, right? You know what I'm saying? Because when you have a vision, it takes mental strength to have a vision, and when you have a vision, you know what I mean, it comes with discipline. You know, it comes with discipline, critical thinking skills, and analytical skills, and it comes with a strategy in order to bring about the vision and what you dream, right? Your dream, or what you want to be, right? And this is your vision, right? And then of course you got your senses, just living based off what you sense and what you feel, right? And when you go based off how you feel and you don't have no actual structure to you, you become more susceptible to you become more susceptible to just your environment, what you feel, or you just become more susceptible to influence as well, right? Just being swayed by influence and things like that. So the important thing to have is a vision, and a dream, that comes with, discipline, and comes with analysis, and comes with structure and things of that nature, right? Because now I'm controlling who I want to be, right? I'm controlling who I want to be, and who I dream of being, and where I dream of being, right? Because now I'm controlling this portion, right? And it's not in the control of my environment. It's not in control of the system. It's not in control of something else, history, the history of a land. It's not in control of any of these things. It's controlled by me, right, and my discipline. So that is the most important thing to have, going into this age right here, is discipline to what you want to be, right, and what right. You know what I'm saying? To what, and being disciplined to what you know. What works, and not letting anybody, tell you differently, you know what I'm saying, you know, unless it's coming from an outlet that you don't know, right? But if it's something you're understanding of, don't let nobody take you off your word, you know what I'm saying? Or your things like that, because this is what established you. This is what works, and if that be the case, then go through, with that, right? And that's the most important thing I want to really elaborate on this video, right here, is reinforcing your own natural skills and developing all aspects of your mind or your brain, whether it be your imagination, creativity, your curiosity, or anything involving these things, right? Your curiosity or even emotion, right? And of course, by utilizing this and by strengthening these things, it then unlocks you to be able to mentally function better in terms of your analytical skills, in terms of cognitive, calculative skills, and your critical thinking skills, right? So both are very important, and both have to be balanced, and both have to be strengthened, right? And we want to really dabble into this video right here, because we really want to be able to want to be able to understand, of course, what works, and we want to be able to make sure that we're able to maintain that vision, because that's the most important thing, right? It takes mental strength to be able to carve yourself based off of what you imagine or what you want to be, right? It takes mental strength to be able to reinforce your natural skills. not just going back within your imagination and thinking things, but no, actually reinforcing your imagination and your creativity and these types of things, and reinforcing the skill of it. That way, these things can work for you, right? And now because this is becoming the natural person you are to be, right? This is your natural, who you are, right? It's your natural flow, so more than just being imaginative, but reinforcing your natural skills is very important as well in order for you to be able to best, you know, uh, carve yourself out in the most authentic way that you want to be, right? Because there's the difference between just feeling something, I feel this way or I feel that way, and another thing to be able to control, what you feel and be able to weaponize, how you feel or what you feel or what you are, right? So taking control of that right hemisphere of the brain, right? That the that limbic system, right? That we talk about, that can influence decision making, right? We're taking control of the side of the brain or aspects of the brain that influences decision making, imagination, creativity, memory, curiosity, all these different things, right? And utilizing this in coordination with our vision, what we feel, our vision, analysis, what our disciplines, what we dream ourselves doing, what we know, what we need to do to get there, and putting both and two together in a pie, and creating the ultimate weaponry plan, right? Ultimate weapon, right? So in terms of vision versus sense, or whatever we call it, like vision versus sense, right? A vision requires two things, right? It requires an imagination, creativity, curiosity, memory, emotion, but it also requires an analysis, discipline, calculations, and it requires all these different things, right? It's the same thing with in with what you sense, right? What you sense and what you feel is solely based off of just what you feel, like influence, like, right? It's like your environment, or just environment, what you hear, um you know I guess the circle, your friends, or that you got around you, right? Or something like that. This is all, and just going based off how you feel, right? And that's just, if you living life like that, is, like I said in my previous videos, is leaving yourself susceptible to many different it's leaving you susceptible to many different pitfalls, right? You're not in control of your own life and your own destiny, and like what you want to do, or what you want to what you want to become. So that's why it's important to take control of your vision, your dream, what you want to be, you know what I'm saying, and being able to stand on that with discipline, and stand on that with facts, discipline, you know what I'm saying, and a plan, you know what I'm saying, and a structure, in order for you to be able to follow and carry out that vision, you know what I'm saying. And that's putting the two and two together, from the right hemisphere of your brain to the left, to the left side of your brain, right? Just putting the two together and having that joint work for you, right? So that's the nature of this video. What we really want to talk about, we really want to elaborate on that even some more, right? Because we want you to really be able to get the picture or the puzzle to this, right? So when we talk about having a vision, right? So when we talk about this subject right here, right? Power comes from having a dream and having a vision, right? If I have no dream or no vision or nothing that I want to be, right, then I'm that much more susceptible. I don't have power to be myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm a bot. You know what I'm saying? I'm a bot, or I'm just a what's it called, to whatever my environment, or whatever, I guess, people or influence says that I am, right, or that I am to be, right, or that what I'm supposed to be, right. Instead of me actually having a dream and a vision, right, which people would then call stupid, or then call which people would then call stupid, or then call unnecessary, right, to even have a vision, and would turn around and say that. or try to influence you that these things aren't things that you really have in life and are not normal or whatever, and you should just be a bot, right? So now putting the two, putting the two together, like the limbic system, like we even said it in one of our other videos, right? Is that the limbic system has the power to influence, right? It plays on your influence, right? So if you're not in control or have an enhanced or strengthened imagination, creativity, curiosity, right, and have these things, in control of these things, right, and have these things, strengthened, right, and enhanced, then it becomes that much easier for the limbic system to be able to try to control, or for, what I'm saying, or influence, to be able to control how you feel, right? So that's why it's so important to really strengthen and enhance both aspects of the mind and both aspects of the brain, whether it be your imagination, whether it be your creativity, whether it be your curiosity or your emotion, what I'm saying, or your analytical skills, or your critical thinking skills, and your uh, um uh, discipline, right? Your disciplines, right? So both sides are very important to enhance and strengthen, what I'm saying, in order to give you the most full blown control over, what I'm saying, your course of your life, your direction, your narrative, all of these different things, right? You want to be able to control the course of your life and your narrative, right? So, that is the importance of being able to strengthen, have all these different things strengthened and enhanced, and that's the nature of this video right here, right? To capitalize on that, right? That's what we capitalizing on this video. So, like I said, right, it's important to, the things that you wouldn't seem to be as important, right? Like writing, what I'm saying, artwork, or dabble into things that you're curious about, setting your own thermostat and saying, like, okay, so these things is what I'm curious about, what I'm saying, so let me dabble into these things that I'm curious about, and dabble back into my analytical side. I'm taking an old video right now, very from years ago, and I'm like, just this is old information in new times, right? Taking we're taking our curiosity, and we're pulling it into, we're utilizing our curiosity in a way that allows us to be more, that allows us to want to go figure out what that thing is we're curious about, right? And this is developing our analytical skills, and now we're becoming educated and becoming smarter, and our left hemisphere of our brain is working more based off of the influence of our curiosity, right? So now, we're controlling that thermostat. So this is what's important in terms of carving out the direction of your life, is being able to reinforce and being able to enhance, these things, right? These natural skills, right? And utilize them in a way, and weaponize them in a way that creates technical functions, out of them, right? And for your life, right? So, that's the touch point we want to really elaborate on too, right? In terms of operate it's creating a fortified being, what I'm saying, is someone who's fortified, what I'm saying. So that's the what we're trying to do here, like taking our imagination, our creativity, in these aspects of, the brain, and then being able to reinforce these things, right? And create technical functions out of them, and utilize these as the way in which we learn more, and utilizing these things as the way that, we create, learn more technical, and learn more uh, skills that's going to help us to function right, and improve society. So that's the nature of this video right here. Hopefully this joint was good for whomever needs to hear it. We're gonna conclude this joint on that note. Hopefully that this was good enough for somebody to really take from, and maybe even read or listen to a few more times to really get the picture of it. But I think this one was really good. I think this one was really good, and I think somebody can really take from being able to, go back into these spaces and strengthening these aspects of yourself, which societies or some environments try to deem as an important, right? Like your imagination, right? Strengthening it, not just letting it flow, but actually strengthening these things and creating technical functions out of them, right? And creating a stronger being, a weaponized being out of them, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's the nature of this video. We're gonna conclude on that note. Peace, love. We out this joint.